All right, Austin, here we go, baby. Let's break it down. So first thing we're going to look for is what we call intent. So that is the king of all. And intent means athleticism. So think about fluidity. Like Bruce Lee said, water. Be water. You can either crash, be still. So how fluid is the movement? That's the athleticism part. And then the aggressiveness. So from when you hit stride foot contact from here to launch, how aggressive does it look? So those are the two things we're going to rate on a scale of 1 to 10. So on just general athleticism, all right, I'm going to give you like a 6 or a 7, all right? And then as far as aggressiveness goes, let's see here. Give you about a 5 or a 6, okay? And the limiting factor for you right now, the major limiting factor in terms of just your throwing motion, excuse me, let me back up a little bit, is as you come out and you get into this position we call stride foot contact or, foot plant, whatever you want to call it. Basically, when your front leg starts to bear weight, now this front side has got to be able to effectively stop all this energy you've created and be rock solid so you can rotate against it. Any type of leak or any type of lack of strength is going to sap power out of the entire system, which is ultimately going to cost you velocity when the ball starts to come out of your hand. So as you can see here, you're still drifting. What we actually want to see is the knee starting to make a move back in this direction, okay? And instead, you'll see your knee continues to drift forward, all right? And you can even see here, if I clear this, go ahead and look right here at your heel, okay? As you start to come in, you can start to see your heel coming up a little bit, which, again, if we look at photos of guys that are throwing really high level, their cleats from the back to the front are dug into the ground solid like a foundation so that they can rotate into their front hamstring, front hip, and really extend all the way through. So you doing an unbelievable job of this right here, okay? So this angle, which we're going to call max external rotation, it's a major predictor of velocity. All right, so 95 degrees, that's world class. All that means is that your arm has the capability to move faster, but we've got to figure out and improve your inefficiencies that are taking place right now with the front leg. If I was a betting man, I would bet that this also shows up in your hitting because rotation's rotation. So if you're struggling to have a firm front side, firm front leg when you throw, probably the same when you hit. And this will show up in lack of power and lack of consistency when it comes to being able to keep your weight back and adjust to pitches that are either fastballs in the outer third or off-speed pitches. So as you come in to launch, boom, what we'd like to see ultimately is this chest is driving down towards the knee, and instead you're just kind of rolling through the throw, which is again costing you 5-7 miles an hour velocity easy. So we definitely attack this in multifaceted fashion, meaning we're going to do work specifically with the ball in your hand on some movement patterns and some drills that are going to help you learn how to stabilize the front side. We're also going to work on it with different movements in the weight room, like the Bulgarian split squat. We'll do single leg Haydns, which is a plyometric movement. We'll work medicine ball stuff, all different things that are geared towards helping you understand that the second this front foot touches down and you're bearing weight, you are rock solid so you can rotate against it and ultimately get out of the upper 70s and into the mid to upper 80s and then eventually the 90s. So I have no crystal ball, no specific timeline on how long this process would take for each guy, but if you're obsessed with it and you're willing to attack it, I've seen guys, like I said, gain up to 21 miles an hour in a year. That's going to be the analysis that I provide for you today. So again, athleticism and aggressiveness needs to improve. Overall, limiting factor is the front side.